Mark Williams has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. The Charlotte Hornets, Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one. You already know what's going down. He may have found his big man of the future, ladies and gentlemen. I like what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing. Mark Williams, he continues to build and build and build. What's next for this big man, ladies and gentlemen? The Charlotte Hornets organization must be feeling ecstatic, y'all, because they actually have something truly in the making, y'all. One gem out of the crew. I keep saying, okay, you got LaMelo Ball, MB1. Okay, who else? You see guys, the young guys getting shipped left and right to the G League. I'm like, what's going on? First year, second year is no picks. You see what's going on with Book Night. We'll save that for later on. And listen, that's gonna be a whole nother situation. This Flight Sports TV. Listen, Mark Williams, pay the utmost homage tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The Charlotte Hornets defeated the Miami Heat 108-103. Mark Williams was spectacular tonight, outplaying Bam Adebayo, All-Star, Bam Adebayo, pay homage, Bam. We're going to get into it. This guy, Bam Adebayo, y'all, the man played in the finals. If the guys were healthy, if he was healthy, I mean, we looking at an NBA champion right now. I'm telling you, he was 2 games away from a championship. We got to put this into consideration. Mark Williams, the rookie big man, LaMelo Ball's rookie, outplayed Bam Adebayo. I think that's something that we need to really keep an eye on, y'all. Bam, tonight, this dude, I mean, dare I say he was arguably, one of the top players on the floor. 18 points, 20 rebounds, y'all, in 29 minutes. Did you hear what I just said? 18 points and 20 rebounds. That was spectacular. LaMelo Ball, MB1, he was playing with Miss Triple Dub all night long. LaMelo had 40 minutes, y'all. He had 19 points, 13 assists, and 7 rebounds, y'all. That seems like every day at the office for LaMelo. Gordon Hayward continues his tear. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Hornets are rolling. Gordon Hayward tonight put up 21, 2 assists and 3 rebounds in 30 minutes. So I love what I'm seeing. JT Thor played 26 minutes, 0 points, y'all. You see what I'm talking about involving the young players? You had Kai Jones tonight, 11 minutes. He had 2 points. Nick Richards, 19 minutes, 4 points. So outside of the young guys, I mean, Mark Williams is looking like a true gem, like a true bona fide starter. They moved on from Mason Plumlee. A lot of people, was wondering what was going on. Obviously, it was going to open up the door for Mr. Mark Williams, and you see it has, that has happened, So let's see where this transpires, how far, Mark Williams could take this along with LaMelo Ball, MB1, the one of one, and see what the Hornets could do, man, because, they're gonna be very formidable. All of this happened tonight, minus PJ Washington. PJ was out tonight. He had an issue going on, but hopefully it's not too serious. He could get himself back because they all know that, listen, the Hornets need all hands on deck. They really can't afford, a situation, like that. But Miami tonight, I don't know what's going on with the Miami Heat. I guess we could save that, for another topic. Miami is really, not really, playing up to par the way we would like them to be. I mean, nobody expected this. Obviously, we long ways of the way when they were in the finals. Miami right now is struggling. They're 7th in the East right now. And they took this loss. Charlotte beat them tonight because Miami has no range to be giving up any games. You got the New York Knicks ahead of them. You got Atlanta and you got Toronto right on the heels. So they really could not afford this loss. And give credit to Charlotte. I mean, they got no business winning this game. There's no way they're going to get out of this situation at that end. So I don't think it matters if they win or lose. I mean, they just, at this point, just continue to try to compete and let's see what happens for next season. If they get the number 1 pick, I mean, listen, this team is going to be formidable. But Charlotte is not as bad as, the record and all of that, indicates. Charlotte Hornets is a very formidable team under LaMelo Ball. And then you're going to have Steve Clifford, and then now is hopefully I want to believe and hope that at the end of all of this madness that is taking place involving the Charlotte Hornets, Lamelo, Michael Jordan, Kupchak, and crew, this season has been a debacle. The whole Bridges situation, injuries. I mean, I want to hope that when this is all done, we could chalk it up like, you know what, this was a great situation for the young guys. They was able to develop, and they was able to take their games to new heights, and it was a building block for seasons after this one, because I do believe that it's time for the Charlotte Hornets to get back to winning. And I believe next season, I think they're going to be right back in the playoff picture, fighting for either the play-in or a playoff berth. We got to remember they was right there. It's not like this team was, completely out the picture. We all know this season they got snake bitten, and this team couldn't afford it. They're not like other teams like the Bulls. Last season, the Bulls was the most snake-bitten team. They could afford it. They had all this talent. They still end up getting to the postseason. They didn't have to go to the play-in. Even though they were a couple of games, they would have messed up and found themselves in it. But Charlotte, they couldn't afford injuries, suspensions and all of this. I mean, they already was dealing with minimal talent that they was perfecting and getting it to the point where it was formidable already. And then now you're going to deal with this. I mean, come on. The deck is getting stacked, So, I mean, listen, I just want to hope for the best, to be honest with you. That's all we can do. But Mark Williams is definitely a bright spot. I definitely want this to be very celebratory. Hopefully this is the start of something special, for the Charlotte Hornets and LaMelo Ball and MB1, because they truly need something, a spark, and hopefully Mark Williams, could bring that spark for this organization. Mark Williams can continue his tear, because their next game is against the Detroit Pistons, and they got themselves, a collection of nice young big men out there, with James Wiseman, being newly acquired, and also Marvin Bagley. Let's hope Mark Williams could, perfect his game and, dominate that matchup. It's going to be, something to see. So give Charlotte credit. We ridicule them so much. We got to double back and pay homage. If it's not one thing Kupchak has done, they've opened up the door for Mark Williams to be successful, and we gotta highlight that. And I want to give the Charlotte Hornets organization under Kupchak, Jordan, and company definitely credit on that department. Now let's try to do some other things. I believe that Mark Williams is a guy that could fit in next season with the retoolment of this roster. Let's get in the comment section and let's continue to politic this. You already know we do this every night. We go live and politic this. It's Flight Sports TV. Listen, Mark Williams, pay the utmost homage, man. Who would have thought this? This was a spectacular night for him tonight. Pay homage. 18 points, 20 rebounds. He shot 9 of 12 from the field. I mean, what more do you want? 1 steal, 1 block. That's what it's all about. The future is now. It's Flight Sports.